Similar to the other centers of the member countries of the West Africa Agricultural Productivity Program, the National Center of Specialization of Ghana continues to maintain its leading role in variety research and cassava processing. This popular tuber in Africa is used in almost all national dishes served in Ghana. Fufu, banku, and gari are, among others, cassava-based dishes served in restaurants across the country. As the most preferred crop of typical Ghanaian people, irrespective of social status, cassava has been central to economic blossoming and wealth and job creation in Ghana thanks to the work of the National Center of Specialization.
And we coordinate activities that leads to the development of new technologies that will improve root and tuber crop production and productivity. We deal with cassava, yam, sweet potato, and cocoyam. Currently, we have 4 main research activities that looks at improving new varieties or producing new varieties that are high-yielding, disease-tolerant, and have special unique characteristics for processing. And then we also do research that brings out sustainable management strategies that ensures that the products that we have improved increase yield per unit area and also is consumer preferred.
Research into this crop has led to the development of several varieties including Sigabanche, Ampo, and Otuhia, to name a few. The findings of research are primarily the results of the close collaboration between WAP and the Crops Research Institute under the leadership of Dr. Jobanu Adwening and his team. This consummate researcher extols the benefits of the new cassava varieties developed through research.
This is one of the 4 cassava varieties that Crop Research developed and released in 2010. We named it Otuhia because farmers felt that the output of this was enough to alleviate their poverty. The yield ranges between 20 and then 50 tons per hectare, depending on wherever you grow it. If you plant it under high moisture regime, like in the forest, you are most likely to go beyond 30 tons. Yeah, this is a second variety that we release alongside Otuhia. This one is Broni Banchi. This variety also has the potential yield of between 20 and then 45 tons per hectare. Again, it's also a variety that if you plant it with good moisture regime, good fertilizer, good soil fertility, you are most likely to get the full benefits. This variety, unlike the Otuhia, it's not poundable. Otuhia is poundable, but this one is not poundable. But it's very good for processing into the local food, like the wet cake that we use in preparing the agbeli, the cassava dough. And then it can also be used for starch production, the high quality cassava flour, and most farmers in the transition areas are using this variety for gari production.
The new cassava varieties have shed a new light on the production of this tuber and the development of the cassava sector in Ghana. Thanks to the high yield and their resistance to mosaic, these varieties enable producers to double or even triple or quadruple their production. One of these newfound varieties is undoubtedly the Ampo, launched by WAP.
It is the Ampo, and so far is the topmost of all the 4 varieties that we have released in terms of yields, its uses for foods, the local food preparation, for industrial uses, and now it is in almost all parts of the country. The yields range from between 25 to 55 tons and even beyond. In places where soil fertility is very, very high, farmers are getting as high as 60 tons per hectare.
Although it does not have the same yield, Sikabanche, which is one of the first varieties launched by the West Africa Agricultural Productivity Program of the Corps of WECARD, the Western Central African Council for Agricultural Research and Development in Ghana, also presents many advantages thanks to its starch content.
Yes, this is the fourth variety that we are disseminating. This is the Sikabanche. Of all the 4 varieties, this one contains the highest starch yields that we have in Ghana at the moment. The starch yield ranges between 27 and 33% on dry matter basis. And so this variety is highly recommended for high quality cassava flour and for starch production. This variety, like the other 4 varieties, are all tolerant to the African cassava mosaic, and so you'd realize that you can hardly see any sign of diseases or pests in this variety. It is high yielding. The yields ranges between, again, 25 tons and then 50 tons, depending on where you cultivate it and again your management practices that you put it.
As part of the promotion of these new varieties, WAP Ghana has been working with the local private sector and farmers' organizations for a wide dissemination of these technologies.
For the planting materials or the new varieties to reach farmers, we are engaging seed growers who have large-scale fields so that we can support them with planting materials and then also some funds to buy fertilizer, pesticides, and then clearing of the land so that they can come out with quite a number of the planting materials that will be distributed to the farmers. And we have the FFS, Farmer Field School. We bring the extension and then the researchers and the farmers together, and then they take them through the new varieties, as to how to plant and then harvest, to handle the new varieties.
Cassava alcohol technology, also known as Caltech, specializes in the marketing and industrialization of cassava products as a key player in the pursuit of this goal.
Cassava was what we chose to be the feedstock for our project. We are currently in the execution phase of the project. We hope to commission the ethanol plant in 2015, and we're going to produce alcohol, CO2, and also electricity from the waste of cassava.
A lot of farmers outside, but we have got about 150 farm families who are block farmers. And we give them our own land, develop the land for them to cultivate their cassava for the company. After the cassava is grown, they are to sell back to the company. They shouldn't sell outside to anybody, especially those people who are the block farmers. We buy for them. That means we supply them ready markets. Then we take whatever we have given to them back. And when the season starts, we give it back to them, those who may need it. Maybe through their first or second cultivation, they may be of their own. They may not need, but we'll return the support to them, to those people who need it.
Thanks to the interventions of WAP Ghana, many organizations involved in the processing of cassava have benefited from these innovations and are making the most of the wide dissemination of such technologies.
My personal achievement is that it has helped me reduce the cost of the cost input, because this is cheaper compared to the normal wheat flour. So I make more profit by using the cassava flour in producing my products.
Producers' work has been made easier today thanks to innovative research results. Invented by Dr. Emmanuel Bobobi from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi, the Cassava Harvester is undoubtedly one of WAP's flagship innovations. This equipment is a technological wizardry because it facilitates producers' work at harvest time.
What we just observed here is a mechanized uprooting system, where you don't use labor for uprooting, you use a tractor and an uprooter. In this case, the uprooter was donated to us by WAP. And this is the end product. You see the roots are all intact. Less damage to the roots. It's easy to be picked and loaded onto a tractor or any carrier. Secondly, you can see what's happening on the field. It's almost like a tractor has done a first plowing. In this case, you don't need a tractor to come and plow again. You cut down your cost when you do a mechanized uprooting system. You only need to bring a ridger to come and ridge, and the next step is plant straight. So you have skipped about 2 activities when you use a mechanized uprooting system. Also, you can see that because we use a mechanized uprooting system, we have less planting material damage on the field. Because you take your time to copy all the planting material, pack them out before the machine comes in to uproot. So your planting material for your next season is intact.
The numerous technologies achieved by researchers in cassava production offer great economic opportunities. In fact, a value chain has been created around cassava sector in Ghana, ranging from the fields to the consumer's dining room. For WAP Ghana, these technologies can help promote youth employment.
As SME, small medium enterprise, we give the high quality cassava flour to the caterers to use, as we call that one Banku cassava dough flour. And then when we go to the, we have the industrial grade one, which is being used for manufacturing of plywood. Because of people who want to try it and see how good it is before they place their order, we bag in 50 and 25 kg. And then the price aspect is 100 Ghana per 50 kg, 50 Ghana for 25 kg.
Well, my message is simple. You want to get into something which is sustainable, in which one, you can compete, can make money, and it has a future. Like I said before, we can grow cassava very, very effectively in Africa because we have very good varieties, it is labor intensive, and we have the climate and the soils. Not only that, you can start small and you can scale up. You can start doing simple products. You can start doing chips for animal feed. You can start doing flour for the wheat, for the bakery industry. From there, you can go on to doing glucose for the beverage industry, or you can do starch for the starch-based industries, or you can do alcohol for the cosmetics, pharmaceuticals. So it's a chain. You can grow with cassava, and like I said before, it is not difficult to grow because it's a very robust crop. It grows in bad soils. It can resist drought. It's disease tolerant, and you can also intercrop with cassava. You can grow cassava at the same time grow with maize at the same time, or groundnuts. So you can get income, you know, short-term and long-term from cassava, and also you can add value to it and make more money. Caltech contemplates producing cassava-based ethanol.
The managers of the company believe that this innovation will call for the production of larger quantities of cassava throughout the entire country. This is good news for cassava producers and all those who seek to engage in cassava business. For the IDB, the Islamic Development Bank, which has provided financial support to the National Center of Specialization of Ghana to promote these technologies through WAP, it would be a major achievement if the cassava-related technologies enable to create thousands of jobs for young people in Ghana and across West Africa.